Assalamu alaikum and hello to all of you. I am Umar Qureshi from Dr. Islam Medical College and I am in the 4th year. I am the team member of the Medimartt. Medimartt is a platform for the medical students. As you all know that we are regularly trying to share some short videos on different topics. So here we come with the another video. This is a short video on blood. Okay, this is the second part of the blood. Okay, you can check out our previous first part in our YouTube channel. Okay, so please go and check it out. Without watching it you can't understand this this portion of the video. Okay, okay, so please check it out. Okay, so let's move towards our topic. So as you all can see that this is the screen. Okay, so basically site of synthesis or site of origin, okay, or site of production of the plasma proteins. Okay, so what are the plasma proteins first of all? So for that, like for understanding the plasma proteins, we have to understand that what is the plasma. So basically blood is distributed into the two main parts, like the formed elements, that is the 45%, and fluid portion, that is the plasma. Okay, then in plasma, like plasma is again subdivided into the two main parts, that is the solid, then is the water. Okay, then in solid there are some more substances like the organic substances, gases, inorganic substances. Then organic substances are again subdivided into the many parts, that is the proteins, non-proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, coloring matters, others, etc. So the proteins present in this organic substances is called as the plasma proteins, because it is ultimately like related to the plasma proteins. So let's move towards our main topic. All these things we have discussed in our previous video, so please check it out. So site of synthesis of the plasma proteins. So basically in adult and in embryo. Okay, so first of all we will see in adult. So in adult, basically the albumin, the main four plasma proteins are the albumin, fibrinogen, prothrombin and globulin. Okay, so first of all albumin is synthesized, or the site of origin of albumin is liver. Same goes for the fibrinogen, the liver. The prothrombin, same, liver. Okay, then globulin is again subdivided into the two main parts, that is the alpha and beta, and again the second one is the gamma globulin, which is also called as the antibody. Okay, so alpha and beta is synthesized from the liver, but the gamma antibody, it is synthesized from the plasma cells. Okay, now let's talk about the embryo. So in embryo, plasma proteins are derived from the mesenchymal cells. Okay, like what are these mesenchymal cells? We will teach, or we will explain all these type of cells in our later videos inshallah. So please stay tuned and stay connected with us. Just right now, just remember this thing, that in embryo the plasma proteins like albumin, fibrinogen, prothrombin, globulin are derived from the mesenchymal cells. Okay, and albumin fraction is the first to be formed in the body of the embryo. Okay, so that was the thing. Now if we are talking about some starved person, like in starvation, this plasma protein formation is reduced, because in starvation you are not getting any kind of getting any kind of protein, you are not taking food. Okay, so that's why these plasma protein formation is reduced. Okay, and occurs chiefly from the tissue proteins. Okay, so that's that was about the site of synthesis of the plasma proteins. Now let's talk about the functions of the plasma proteins. So as we all know that there are four plasma proteins: albumin, globulin, fibrinogen, prothrombin. So first of all we will discuss about the albumin. Okay, so albumin maintains the 80% of the total colloidal osmotic pressure of the blood. Okay, so that's the point. Now the second point is it maintains the viscosity of the blood. As we see, the blood is like thickened type of object or thing. Okay, so that's called as the viscosity. It is little bit viscous. Okay, so it maintains the, so this through which protein, through which thing this viscosity is maintained. So the answer is the albumin. Albumin maintains the viscosity of the blood. Okay, which maintains the peripheral resistance of the arterioles. Okay, when the blood is like viscous. Okay, so these arterioles have some kind of like resistance. Okay, so these resistance, these peripheral resistance are maintained by the albumin. Okay, thereby, and when this resistance is basically maintaining by this albumin, so the blood pressure is also maintained. So ultimately the blood pressure is maintained by the albumin. Okay, so that's the point. Now the third point is it acts as a buffer and it maintains the acid base balance. Now what is buffer and what is acid base balance? Please check it out our biochemistry videos for understanding the buffer and for understanding the acid base balance. You will understand in much better way. Okay, now the fourth point is it acts as a carrier of lipid, bilirubin, hormone and drugs. Okay, so albumin helps as a carrier. Okay, it takes the lipid, bilirubin, hormone and drugs with it. Okay, because in our body, like some hormone is secreted from some like gland. Okay, so from there, how this hormone is traveled, how this hormone is reached to different places of the body. So that's for the reason, like the albumin is present. Okay, so albumin helps as a carrier, acts as a carrier. Now albumin, it acts as a protein reservoir also. Okay, so that was about the albumin. Now let's move towards the globulin, fibrinogen and prothrombin. So globulin, it maintains the 20% of the total colloidal osmotic pressure of the blood. Now the with which the 80% of the total colloidal osmotic pressure was maintained, and that was the albumin. So albumin maintains the 80% and the globulin maintains the 20% of the total colloidal osmotic pressure of the blood. Now globulin, it maintains the viscosity of the blood. Again the same thing, as the albumin was maintaining the viscosity of the blood, same the globulin also maintains the viscosity of the blood. Now the alpha 1 globulin, as we saw that globulin is subdivided into the two main parts, that is the alpha and beta, and the second one is the gamma. Okay, now again the alpha 1 and alpha 2, like alpha is again subdivided into the two main parts, like alpha 1 and alpha 2. So alpha 1 globulin, it transports the lipid and steroids, and alpha 2 globulin, it transports the copper as ceruloplasmin. Okay, what are these things? We will explain all these things in our later videos, inshallah. Now beta globulin basically transports the iron as transferrin. Okay, now gamma globulin, it acts as the antibody. I already told you that gamma globulin acts as the antibody in the first slide. Now the third one is fibrinogen. Fibrinogen, basically it is essential for the blood coagulation. Okay, blood is like coagulated, like someone if we get some kind of like cut on the skin. Okay, so blood is basically like how this blood is stopped. So for that the fibrinogen and the prothrombin is responsible, because it helps in the coagulation of the blood. So fibrinogen and prothrombin essential for the blood coagulation. Now fibrinogen, it helps in the or it increases the ESR, that is the erythrocyte sedimentation rate. What is this ESR? We will explain in our later videos, inshallah. Now fibrinogen, it helps to maintain the viscosity of the blood. Okay, so right now we got three proteins which are maintaining the viscosity of the blood, and those are the like albumin, globulin and fibrinogen. Okay, so this is it about the fibrinogen. Now the prothrombin, I already discussed about it, that the prothrombin also helps in the blood coagulation, and it is essential for the blood coagulation. So there are two plasma proteins which are essential for the blood coagulation, and those are the fibrinogen and prothrombin. So guys, if you love the video, then please do mention your friends, please do subscribe, please do share this as much as possible, and please do comment how you find the video. Okay, so that was it, and thanks a lot.